So let's talk about, number one, the obvious forms of grief. And what are some of the less obvious forms of grief that kind of sneak up on us and may be detrimental in ways that we don't expect?
I love this question so much because as part of our grief process that we do focus on the visible things because they're tangible. And so in the work that I do, I just want to give context to this, which is that there are no rules to grief, that everyone grieves uniquely and there's no right or wrong way to grieve. However, there are tasks to grief. And the first task is what we just talked about, giving ourselves permission to mourn a loss because of the depth of attachment that we had to that person, place, or thing. And then the second task of grief is to really look at what are the losses. And so it's easy to name job, title, et cetera, all of those things that you just talked about. But underneath it are these hidden losses that, for example, like my job when I was at CBS and I was fired from CBS after 10 years, and it was a huge blow to me. And in losing that job, what I also lost was my identity,
Mm.
this feeling that I was competent, that I was capable, that I was successful. I lost a sense of belonging. The people that I'd worked with for 10 years, they really did, become quote unquote my work family. I celebrated holidays with them. I celebrated milestones with them. I was there to help pick them up. And so that was like a huge sense of loss. And then loss of dream, loss of possibility. Like I had a vision for my career that I was going to continue to move up that corporate ladder, and I was rewarded, and I kept moving closer and closer and closer. And then I was ousted. And so that was one of the things that I really struggled with was loss of opportunity, loss of possibility, loss of my dream. Even though I went on to do other things that brought me great joy and great fulfillment, it doesn't necessarily take away from the ouch of having lost something that was so important to me. And so it's really critical because to look at these hidden losses, because like I just said, like I went on to a lot of different jobs, but I never dealt with the hidden losses. And then that created an opening for things like imposter syndrome, a lot of self-doubt. I lost my confidence. I lost my esteem, and I'm high functioning. So people didn't necessarily know that, but on the inside, whew, it was very, very challenging to function on a day-to-day basis until I gave myself that permission to really mourn.